I think I had another wig on. And so we're chatting in the office, and somebody said, not African as well. Can I say something? When they say, well, can I say something? Can I ask something? You don't want to be defensive, but usually you're like, you know what, here we go again. I'm like, oh, sure, shoot. And she said, when it comes to wigs for Africans, do you guys realize that we know that it's not your hair? And I said, yes, we're not trying to make you guys think that it is our hair. And then she goes, okay, because some are very long, some are very curly, so we know that's not how African hair looks. She then goes, if you know that we know that it's not your hair, why are you wearing it so much and we never see your hair? And I think I answered that question, and that answer made me realize that, okay, they might have a point. When we wear wigs back home, it's a hairstyle. It's like, oh, this is a new hairstyle. I'll speak for myself. It was just like, this hairstyle is nice, or this wig is nice. Let me wait. But after I left her, I said, so we don't think much of it. We know it's not our hair. We're not trying to make you think that's how long my hair is, or that's how curly my hair is. We know it's not our hair. That's definitely not what we want you to think. It's just a hairstyle. When you color your hair, we know your hair is not originally pink, it is colored. So after that conversation, it made me then start to think that maybe we have been passing a message about our hair unconsciously that we need to start getting conscious of. But those comments left me scarred. That's the truth. I mean, scarred in a sense that it left me wondering that maybe we're not telling a story about our hair. The reason why, for me, I would wear wigs, I would wear different type of hairstyle is because it is not as easy to leave my African hair out as much as I would like. So sometimes, like, you know what, I'm just going to do a cornrow and put a wig on it or something. But after those conversations, I couldn't again easily, right? I can. I just said I couldn't easily. So now when I make my hair, or when I have my hair on, or when I'm thinking of the next hairstyle, it is such a conscious decision. For example, I'd wear my afro out. You see my first videos, I have worn my afro out or my hair texture out for the longest time. When I do make my hair, I do these styles. I gave out all my wigs to my sisters. And even now, when I see wigs and I really like to wear wigs, I haven't gotten to that point where I can. And this is not a judgment for who wears wig, because I see a lot of posts from Africans, fellow Africans, I would say, wear your hair out, be proud of your hair. That narrative as well is trying to say people are not proud of their hair. Some people might not be proud of their hair, but I don't think that narrative should continue, because it then makes you think that you're advocating for African hair. I want you to be proud of your hair. Dude or sis, we're proud of it. Some of us or some people just take the easy way out on how to manage it depending on their lifestyle. Anyway, so now when I make my hair, I can't wear wigs to work. Not just to work, I can't wear wigs in the UK. Do you get it? I all of a sudden feel like I need to pass a message with my hair. I understand all of a sudden that my hair is obviously tied to my identity. And if somebody somewhere is sitting thinking that I am trying to look like them at work, because so in my head, I'm like, do they think that when I wear a wig out, I want to look like them? The fact that they think that we wear our hair to look like them, the fact that you can even ask that question messed with me for the longest time. And I realized that when I wear my hair out, I hear comments like, oh my God, your hair is so beautiful. You should leave your hair like this. And I realized that no matter how much I explain to them that in order for me to maintain the quality of my hair, sometimes I have to hide the hair. Anyway, so I begin to make like conscious decisions of the hairstyle that I make because I realized that our hair says a lot about us in the sense that it's our identity. I can't run away from that now. I don't know if tomorrow I will feel differently and I'll be able to wear a wig, but for right now and for the past maybe 3 years, thereabout, I haven't been able to wear wigs. I haven't been because those questions, those subtle shades or subtle jabs, they just live in me because I feel like they have a point sometimes. If you live in Africa, Nigeria, South Africa, wherever that you live, you don't think of these things because hairstyle is just a hairstyle. Everybody knows, we know how our hair is. We're proud of it, but we can do any type of hair, wigs, weaves, whatever you want to do. And nobody bats an eyelid. Say, what's that on your head? Except obviously it's idiots. I used to think it was cliche to say, oh, your hair is your identity, but your hair is your identity. Now, I'm not saying everybody has to go team natural because some things, again, I mean, we go deep down to say, oh, why are you straightening your hair? Why are you retouching your hair? Why are you relaxing your hair? I think that that's another conversation entirely. Let people wear their natural hair or their hair how they want to wear it. I mean, I'm not talking about the science behind it. I'm not talking about the fear behind all of these chemicals that we put in our hair. I'm talking about just naturally trying to wear your hair as comfortably as you can. But I've realized that even for me, when I started growing my hair back because of those comments over the years, I couldn't even relax my hair. Like, I'm the queen of soft life, meaning that give me anything soft. I don't want anything hard. Easiest way, my hair, anything. You can tell from my makeup, like soft life, right? That's it. But I couldn't relax my hair because then in my head, I'm like, oh, if I straighten my hair or relax my hair, that's not the texture of my hair, the natural texture of my hair. So somebody somewhere is thinking, oh, I'm trying to make my hair conform to its texture to blend in. I know I messed up. I know it's, I need therapy for that, but that's how I think right now. So hairstyle is not just hairstyle when you do not live in Africa. It becomes your identity. It becomes who you are. It becomes how you show up as who you are. So yeah, I think those are just one of the things that we deal with living out of Africa that we didn't know that it was a big deal. Because I tell you, I was wearing a different wig every week, different wig every month when I first got here. And when those questions started to come, it shook me. I'm not even going to lie, it shook my self confidence. I began to question myself. I don't want to look like anybody. So the fact that my hairstyle could communicate that, it didn't sit well with me at all. I want to look like me. I'm happy to look like me. When I did get tired of my afro, because it was getting hard for me to, like I told you, soft life, right? It was getting hard for me to maintain. You have to learn how to work with your afro. And for someone like me right now, whose life is extremely busy, it's not something that I'm taking on so good. And I do not want to get so frustrated that I get relaxed and then I regret it. So, you know what other styles can I make? So then I went into checking, okay, braids, and I have this braid style, I have that braid style, I have this cornrow style, fitting style. And I said, you know, okay, I'll stick with these for a while and then maybe go back to my afro, learn how to work with it again for another few months and then go back. But I actually really do not see myself wearing wigs again. I don't say it. This is not a defensive podcast because I know lots of people that the only thing that they wear is wigs and they have amazing hair. Just think about it for a minute because sometimes it's because we haven't thought about it. The fact that I was asked those questions, I begin to think to myself, maybe I am not showcasing the beauty of African hair. Maybe we have taken the hair lightly and not realized that actually our hair is our identity. What do you think? Do you think that the hairstyles are that serious? Do you think your hairstyle is your identity? Maybe we need to start thinking about it, or what you think?